Hello, welcome to Vibratown episode 142. I'm here with my friend Alice. It had been a while since you all had seen her. You're gonna fall off your chair. So I brought some cookies. Sit down. Sit. And I've got her theme song playing, which is Alice by Tom Waits. Sit. Please shake. Oh, you're a good girl. Sit down. Good girl. You're gonna fall off. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Entertaining knitting and content. Speak. Speak. Good girl. I see a little bit of lipstick on her neck. She's a little nugget. So yes, hello everybody. February 24th. Did I say that already? And I'm very glad to be sitting and chatting with you all. We'll turn off your music out. There we go. So, yes, it's a dreary, dreary day here in the DC area, but I have lots of lovely knitting and spinning to share with you guys. I hope it'll be a quick episode today. So let's get cracking. Okay, the February knit along is the compassion. The word of the month is compassion. That is going to be wrapping up, but your compassion doesn't have to end. Next time I see you guys, I believe we will do a winner for the monthly knit along. Chatter is included, so go ahead and talk to each other about your projects. And yeah, check out the thread on the RAV group. Hi kitty cat. Okay, March is up almost upon us, and I'm going to consider, okay, you're going down. I'm going to consider that March is, lid's going on the cookie jar. March is a new beginning. The word of the month will be new. Interpret it as you will. I look forward to seeing how you do interpret it. You're done here, so move along. And yeah, so I will start a new thread as soon as the new month starts. And yes, did I say where you could find me and what my name is? I don't think I did. My name is Emily, Chain of Fools on Ravelry. On Instagram, I'm Fibertown with an R-E, and on my blog, fibertown.blogspot.com. Instagram has been very weird lately. I have uploaded the new version. I have, made sure all my settings are correct, but it still does not always notify me if I am tagged. I don't know why. Like if you just put at Fibertown in a comment, it doesn't always tag me. And I've only found this out by scrolling through my feed and saying, oh, I was tagged on this picture and I never found out about it in my notifications. So if for some reason you've been trying to talk to me and I haven't been responding, that's why. I think maybe the best way to do it is to actually go through and do the tagging mechanism. Don't put me in a comment. Say, when you post something and it says tag someone on this picture, you can do it there. You can only do that, I believe, if you're the author of the post, though. So send me a PM if you don't hear from me and you want to hear from me on Instagram or on Ravelry. You can find me on YouTube. You can contact me there. I really enjoy interactions on all the places with you guys. It's the reason I do this. So cheers. All right. Last week I put a desperate call out for people who wanted my sock scraps, my fingering weight yarn scraps. I have 3 packages going out. I'm done. 3 folks got in touch with me, and you have big packages coming to you. Now they are not pretty skeined up mini skeins. I tried to keep them as neat as possible, but the quantity of yarn I was dealing with precluded me from making things pretty. I was not going to put all of those into skeins, and really, don't you want to just have a little nugget of yarn to start knitting from anyway? It's nice to get skeins, but it was way too much work for, it was probably a pound of yarn. So, stop jumping. The cookies are done. You're all done. Go away. Go lay down. What else did I want to tell you guys? Okay. Works in progress, FOs. I have 2 FOs this week. I have spinning and I have up and coming. And Alice is still here because the cookie jar is here. And her lips get stuck on her. It shows her teeth sometimes, which is always endearing. Little confession. I went to the Humane Society yesterday just to look. There were only 2 dogs there, which is a great thing. That's good. They were a bonded pair. They were related. I'm not sure if they were mother and daughter. I think they might have been mother and daughter. But they could only be adopted together, and that ain't happening for us. And they were pretty fierce-looking girls. They were probably pit bull, Akita, bully dog mixes. They were big, and their names were Fat Mama and Chi Chi. What was my point in telling you that? I don't know. Just to let you know that I'm in the frame of mind of I want another dog. Just the last thing I really need. Technically, but you always need more dogs, I think. At least I do. Okay, would you like to see my FOs? I'm going to show you the cutest first. You can come back up if you want, but you can't keep bugging me. Come on up. This is Octopus. This is a pattern by Susan B. Anderson. Where's his other? There he is. There's his face. Yeah. Tell me how cute he is. Is he as cute as I think? This took no time at all. I used worsted weight yarn that I got. Was sent to me from Stitchcraft Marketing, and it is adorable. The yarn is lovely. This is a Good Yarn Sarasota has yarn dyed custom for them based on a lot of pictures they take, underwater pictures, nature pictures of that area of Florida. I think, yeah, Sarasota. So this is by the Fiber Seed, and it is Costa Laurel, which is 90 superwash, 10 nylon, 225 yards. It's the Everglades colorway, and it just was very tropical to me, and I felt like it would be perfect for a little octopus dude. Isn't he precious? So very easy, just you knit the top, you insert the eyes, this little bottom. Actually, don't octopi have like a beak down here? That's where their mouth is. They're like aliens. All the body parts are like rearranged. I always thought it'd be funny if your mouth was in your armpit. You could just shovel the food in there and then do this. This is going to be a strange, sorry if it gets weird today. Anyway, because I knit an octopus. Susan B. Anderson, you're the best, okay? Your shawls, your hats, your toys. I'm taking a class with her. I'll talk more about that later. This yarn is really, it's definitely a true worsted spun, and it is multi-ply, like 4 or 5 or 6 plies. So I knit this on US 5s because it's worsted, but when you knit toys, you want to go down needle sizes. And these are just I-cord and then very cleverly attached. It's all knit in one piece. What else can I say about it? The yarn is really one of those wools that is very dry. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just feels that way to me because I've been spinning with very natural, highly unprocessed yarns. There's not a speck of lanolin in this yarn. It's very dense and dry but cushy at the same time. The base. The dyeing is a lot of fun. I got some pooling, which is... He's just so precious. Okay, I'm going to put him away. Alice thinks he might be for her, right? She's in her bed right now. Okay, what else? Oh, the other FO is my February socks. Wow, the color on the screen, I showed these to someone in real life, and she said, wow, those look much better than on the podcast. This is Mountain Colors Barefoot yarn in the Gold Rush colorway. It's more of an orange tinted rainbow. So these are from my husband, and they are the Blueberry Waffle socks. I did 64 stitches on the leg and 66 on the foot. I did my Riverbed Gusset heel. He loves them, they fit. He can have them after today. And now, folks, it is time for me to knit socks for myself. So, to that end, I showed you these last week. Oh, no, these are new. Oops. Sometimes wrappers come out of my knitting bags with the knitting. And let's see, these are on Addie's Sock Rockets. I have cast on another yarn sent to me by Stitchcraft Marketing, and this is the Silver Spun by Feel Good Yarns, I think. And this is their sock weight. I cast on the cuff of a sock. I'm going to knit the Agatha Socks by New Hampshire Knits, Claire. And I cast on my usual 64 stitches on a US 1.5, and it's so stretchy that I'm estimating that I had to pull it out, and I'm estimating that I need 20 fewer stitches. So I'm going to knit some more, and try it on again, and see if it'll go over my heel, and then I will knit myself some Agatha socks. Right, so that is one pair of socks, definitely for me. It has silver content in it. It's supposed to be therapeutic, and I'll talk more about that as I knit them. Now I also have the second pair of socks. This one is sort of, well on its way. These are from my sock blank dyeing at Fiber Camp. Excuse me. I've been sick. I have not been well at all. So if I'm kind of gross sounding, I apologize. So here they are. Loving these. These were a double knit sock blank. I'm knitting them one at a time, however. And I talked last week about it, what a pain it was to try to separate the two strands of the sock blank. US 1.5s, 2.5 millimeters. These are my Carbons DPNs, and 64 stitches. But I'm going to go down a needle size on the foot, just because it needs to be denser on the foot. I think that the fact that the yarn has been knit already plays into the looseness of the fabric. So it's fine on the foot, it doesn't get wear, but yeah, I'm going down to a size 1 on the foot part after the leg. Maybe even on the heel flap. We'll see. All right, that's it for socks on the needles, but I have a sock head hat, which has got next to nothing done on it. Dirty on Purpose by Villain Vine on her Volca base MCN. These are US 4s for the brim. I'll go up to a 5 for the stockinette portion of the hat. My Jan.B. Smiley Charlie Harper bag, which I love. Man, I'm breezing through these today. I have my blanket. My stocking blanket got a few squares this week. I right away put in that Gold Rush yarn with my mac and cheese stitch marker from Sucre Miniatures, or Craft Dinner, as they say in Canada. And what else do I have this week? I have this one. It's a Knitty color that I got at Shenandoah. I believe I sent the rest of that out. I put that in one of the sock yarn scrap packages. Is that all? Could that be all? Only 2? That's okay. That's all right. I've been keeping track on Instagram with my Fibertown Square Day hashtag. Occasionally I'll take a picture of the whole blanket and I will count up how many squares it has total. And then as I add new squares, I can just count up and see how many I currently have. And I currently have 312. And that's counting the big squares as 4 or 6 or however many they represent. Two last works in progress. And one is The Threshold by Melanie Berg. And could I honestly be... All right, I started a new row. This is out of Hazelnut's Artisan Sock, Big Wheel in the quill colorway. This is the back, the top of the back. So it's the ribbing. This twisted rib is the top. That's the wrong side. I love this color. It's midnight blues, grays, other types of blues. It's just beautiful. It's really pretty. So this gets knit to stockinette, and then the front gets knit, and then to the same length, and then they get joined in the round, and away you go. So I'm knitting these, at least this part, on US 4s, which is, oh dear, told you, 3.5 millimeter. These are my, what are these called? Marbles. Foggy today. Marbles. Look at the pink. Isn't that fun? These are the interchangeables. I have the DPNs as well. I adore these. No kidding. The only bad thing I have to say about them is that the sizes wear off pretty soon after you start using them. But they are color-coded. Each different size has a different color, so that sort of helps to remember what's what. Love it, love it, love it. So Threshold Melanie Berg, it's a paid-for pattern. I'm keeping this one in my 9-patch tote by Holland Handmaids. This thing is great. I will say the handles, you have to sort of, you can get your yarn tangled in the handles pretty easily. First world problems, am I right? And then my design is back on the needles. It's been ripped out once and is getting ripped out again to a certain point, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm just going to show you it's in this bag. We shall see what happens with it. There's a lot going on, so it's hard for me to focus right now, knitting-wise. And I know I'm going to want to cast on something Stephen Westy because, I'll just tell you now. And I've been talking about this. It's nothing new. Hopefully this weekend, Sarah and I, Flana's, we're going to record together, and she's doing her Year of West Knits as a guest on Fibertown. So I might be inspired by her to cast on something West Knitty. She's completed, I think she's completed 2 West Knits already this year. So she'll be showing those off this weekend and talking about her plans, and she's awesome. So you guys you'll be seeing her soon. Spinning, well, I have some yogurt that was sort of leftovers on little bobbins. So I spun those up, and I had a priority mail package envelope that I just cut a loop and wrote on it with Sharpie yogurt and ply 80 yards. My ever so fancy handwriting. Do you find that, like, I don't do any writing by hand? I think the only time I really do it is when I write out my show notes every week. Bam. And sitting down and writing notes, I recently sent some packages to friends, and writing notes is just, I'm looking at my handwriting and it's like, it looks terrible. I never write anymore. Just an observation. Oh, I'm wearing my MPG, you guys, and I think it's backwards, which doesn't really matter. Out of handspun, one of my patterns. It's a cowl / wimple out of some handspun. BFL silk. It's just cozy today. Oh, the other spinning. Some fleece spinning. Boom. I've about 7 ounces spun of the yogurt / Gotland. Yogurt is the fleece I bought a few years ago at Maryland, and then the Gotland is a Gotland lamb. It's 25% Gotland and 75% yogurt's fleece. So I'm thinking it's going to get at least a 3-ply, the final yarn. And I'm not quite halfway there, so there's a significant amount. Spinning it woolen on my Ladybug, spinning it on the largest ratio, actually. I want it to be a thicker yarn, I think. Well, I guess we'll see. Depending on how many plies I put together. You can just sort of construct the yarn as you go. That's it for spinning and everything except for up and coming. So I talked about Sarah, Year of West Knits, very exciting. I still haven't put up the Fiber Campers video. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's short. It's like 6-7 minutes total. So, and then I need to get my son on the podcast again. He has 2 things to share. The first is the hat he finished. He had been knitting on it since last winter and decided during fiber camp in the evenings, he wasn't here during the day, but he decided he wanted to work on it again, and he banged it right out. Like a champ, like a boss. So he will come on and talk about that, as well as a new video game he has, which is yarn related, believe it or not. Now, I also want to mention, I am going to a Susan B. Anderson workshop at Fiberspace in May. Sorry about the light here. I want to bring up something to talk about. Anyway, so in May, a few weeks after Maryland Sheep and Wool, we I will be going to Fiberspace for an afternoon to hang out with the Susan Bee and do shawl knitting. Excellent. I'm very excited. It's good to have things to look forward to. Okay, so the last thing I want to mention to you came to me via New Hampshire Knits. Miss New Hampshire Knits. And she wanted to let me know that she's been working with the organizers of a brand new knitting festival, which is happening in Inverness, Scotland in September 2016. And she sent a press packet, and it looks amazing. You guys. My response to her email was, why don't I have a sugar daddy or a sugar mama? I need one. So she wants to get the word out that it's, it's the perfect time to go to Scotland, y'all. And it's her hometown, Inverness, and I want to tell you a little bit more about it. So Alice Starmore will be there, a Danish knitwear designer, Crystal Seafarth. There will be knit cruises on Loch Ness, workshops like design your own Scandinavian sweater, creating intricate Celtic knotwork felt borders, design your own garment and achieve a perfect fit, lectures, historical and cultural perspectives on knitting and design. There will be a market, and oh my gosh, there's also going to be workshops on Culloden battlefield. Oh my gosh. So it looks amazing. And I think you could probably go to Shetland Wool Week if you were there for a few weeks. I think Shetland Wool Week is at the end of September. Just saying, go to both. Yeah. So in my dreams, I'm going. So, doesn't that sound wonderful? This could be the time if you've been considering a trip to Scotland. Might be a good time to do it. All right, everybody. I will be recording again this weekend with Sarah, so I feel like I will see you very soon. In the meantime, thank you for being with me today. Thank you for all your comments and internet-y friendship. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.